Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today our flow is a gentle yoga flow designed to help you de-stress from your day. The card I pulled for our intention is reap what you sow. Something to think about in our class. Please join me on the mat in a position on your back. We're going to start out with our feet wide and our knees together today, and then about halfway through we're going to switch our feet so that the soles of our feet together and our knees wide. But let's start out today with our feet wide and our knees together. Close your eyes, put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. That just helps us bring focus to ourselves and our breath. Start to let the stress relax from your face, your eyes soften, your lips soften. Stress just rolls off your shoulders onto the mat. Start to deepen your breathing. We're all going to take an inhale of a count of 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue counting using your own rhythm, making sure your inhalations are equal to your exhalations. One more deep breath. Keep your eyes closed and bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall wide. Bring your focus back internally to yourself and our intention card. What positive thing can you do to help improve your life? Maybe it's yoga. One more deep breath, the deepest breath you've taken so far today. Inhale and exhale. Open your eyes, release your hands. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Feet are flat on the mat. Bring that right knee into your chest. And then straighten the left leg, pressing the left heel into the earth, and then just really bring that right knee in towards your chest. No tension in your neck or shoulders. Continue with those deep breaths. And then I want you to keep your lower back on the mat, but I want you to bring that right knee slightly to the left, like about an inch, and cactus your right arm, keeping that right shoulder on the mat. It's just a small movement. Bring that knee in towards your chest. 3 more deep breaths. And come back to center, switch your legs, bring that left knee in towards your chest, straighten that right leg, press the heel into the earth, and then bring that left knee into your chest. Returning to those deep, even breaths, bringing your focus to yourself. With each exhale, just relax, letting the stress roll off you. One One more deep breath. Again, keeping the small of your back on the mat, just bring that left knee slightly to the right, cactus your right arm, keeping the shoulder on the mat. Return to the deep, even breath. One more deep, even breath. And release, come back to center. Bring both your knees in towards your chest. Bring your hands to your knees here. We're going to do some circles. So bring your knees all the way up and then over to the left, all the way down and around to the right, back to center. Do one more big circle. And reverse direction. Ooh, this feels so good on my lower back. It's like one of my favorite things to do if I've got a hurt back. Release that. Give yourself a big hug. And rock and roll into a tabletop position. Setting up for cat-cows. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Knees are directly underneath your hips. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, pull your belly in. For cat, inhale, let your belly become heavy as you raise your gaze, tilting your tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, round, push the mat away with your fingertips as you round your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, raise your gaze, open your heart. Do 2 more of these with your own breath. Maybe add a little extra movement. We'll all meet in a neutral position. I want you to really press your hands into the earth with your fingertips. Pull your belly in. That helps activate your core. Extend your right foot out behind you. Bring your toes to the mat for a calf stretch on the right side. Just a little stretch to wake our bodies up. Nothing big. Unless you're here with me and it's 90 degrees and then you're pretty warm. We're going to do some dynamic stretches. Bring the heel forward, rising up on your toes. Press the heel back. Just very gently come up on your toes and press the heel back. One more of those. Inhale that right leg up. Press the mat away with your fingertips. Engage your lower core. Inhale your left arm up as if you're shaking someone's hand. Hold for 2 more breaths. Bring your hand and your knee back to the mat. Extend that left leg out. Oh, before we do that, I want you to rise up onto your knees. And you can keep your toes untucked. Bring your hands to your lower back, fingertips pointed down. I want you to roll open your shoulders. And I want you to bring your gaze all the way up to the sky for a back bend. Just a little one. One more breath. Slowly release that and come back to a tabletop position. Extend that left leg out behind you. Bring the toes to the mat for a calf stretch on the left side. Just a little stretch. And those back bends are great for our thyroid. All right, let's do those dynamic stretches. So inhale the heel forward, up, rise up on the tippy toes. Exhale, press the heel back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more. And exhale back. Walk your knees back about 3 inches so that when you bring your hips forward, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. We're headed to 3 tricep push-ups. You can cross your ankles. And it's okay if you don't go halfway down. These are tricep push-ups, so elbows are rotated in. Exhale down about halfway. Inhale, press yourself up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, press yourself up. Last one. Walk your knees in. Tuck your toes. Press your hips up to the sky for your first down dog. Walk your dog out by bending one knee and then the other knee. If you have any like shoulder pain or wrist pain, and you need to do this, you can do this on your knees. So let's everyone do that. Lower to your knees and then just bring your chest towards your thighs, and your head isn't quite touching the mat. You can still shake your head here. And this is the modified down dog. If you ever find yourself just not quite strong enough for the down dog early in a practice, you can do this instead. Let's all retuck our toes and reach our hips back up to the sky. No tension in your neck or shoulders. Shake your head yes and no. Reach your chest towards your upper thighs as you raise your tailbone. The goal of the pose is a long spine. On your next exhale, lower to your knees. Come all the way over your hands, chest first, then the belly like a worm. Press the top of your feet into the mat to engage your legs. We're headed to a low cobra. Inhale your upper chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release. Let's do that low cobra again. Press the top of your feet into the mat, engages the legs. That helps protect our lower back in these bends. And then inhale your upper chest, squeezing your shoulder blades. Exhale, release. We're going to do 2 cobras. Press the top of the feet into the mat. Lightly press our hands into the mat as we raise our chest. Inhale, raise your chest. Elbows are bent, shoulders are rolled back, gaze is straight ahead. Exhale, really slow, lower to the mat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, slowly lower to the mat. Tuck your toes, press yourself up to a hands and knees, tabletop, hips up and back, down dog. Return to your breath and your intention card. Reap what you sow. One more deep breath. And tiny little steps all the way to the top of your mat. Bending your knees as you go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands on shins. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees generously and sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Turn to the long edge of your mat. Widen your stance. We're headed to a warrior 2. I want you to rotate your right toes, bend that right knee, and open up your arms, warrior 2. That left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Right knee is bent directly over the ankle. Always point your knee towards the little toes. We have a tendency to roll the front knee in. Gaze is over those fingertips with a smile. And shoulder blades are running down your back. No tension. 2 more breaths. Straighten that right knee. We're headed to a triangle, so I want you to push your hips back, almost pushing this front leg into its socket. Tilt as far forward as you can go with your right hand. Bring your right hand to your shin and inhale that left arm up to the sky. Gaze follows unless you have some neck trouble. Feel the connection to the earth beneath your feet. If you need to bend that right knee a little, go ahead and do so. One more breath. Rise all the way back up. Keep that leg straight. We're going to reverse our triangle. So inhale that right hand up to the sky. Really breathe into that right side. Left hand is just hanging out with the left leg. One more breath. Come back to a warrior two arms. Rotate your toes so the toes are in, the heels are out, hands on hips. Roll open your shoulders. I want you to be bending here at your hips. So forward fold with a flat back. Really slow, core engaged. Release your hands. Bend that left knee and straighten the right leg. Ooh, this feels good. Come back to those deep, even breaths. Straighten the left knee and bend that right knee. One more deep, even breath. Walk those fingertips back in under your nose, hands on hips, flat back, rise all the way up. Headed to a warrior two. On the other side, rotate those left toes so they're pointed to the front, back of the mat. Bend the left knee and open up your arms, warrior two. Knife edge of that right foot is pressing into the mat. We have a tendency to roll this back hip in as well. So roll it in to roll it out so you can feel that hip opening. Shoulder blades are running down your back. One more deep breath before our triangle. Straighten that left knee, push your hips back, push this front hip into its socket. Tilt as far forward as you can. Bring that left hand to your shin and inhale that right arm up to the sky. Gaze follows. Feel the connection to the earth beneath your feet. Chest is open. One more breath. Rise all the way back up. Keep that leg straight and inhale that left hand up to the sky. Reverse triangle. Right hand is hanging out with that right leg. Breathe into that left side. One more breath. Come all the way back. Bring your hands to your hips and walk your feet all the way in. We're going to do a couple of balancing poses. The tree. It's always best to pick a point of focus 3 to 6 feet in front of you, something to focus on that isn't moving, so not me. Put all your weight in the left foot, hands to heart center. Feel the earth beneath your toe and your heel. When you're ready, inhale that right knee up. Open up your hip and place your foot anywhere on your leg, except the knee. Smile muscles engaged. If you fall out, just come back. Inhale your arms up to the sky and let your branches go. And a kickstand is always great too. We all start somewhere. Maybe we have ankle injuries, foot injuries. Do what's right for you. And release that, let that go. Headed to the other side. Put all the weight in that right foot. Feel the earth beneath the toes and the heel. Hands to heart center. Find that point of focus. And when you're ready, inhale that left knee up. Open up your hip and place your foot anywhere on your leg. And when you're ready, inhale your arms up to the sky and let your branches go. Release that, let that go. I have a really thick yoga mat under here for all the rocks, so mine is really wobbly. Come back to the top of your mat. Feet are hip distance, directly under your hips, under your shoulders. Soften your knees, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, always with bent knees. Clasp opposite elbows for a rag doll. Just rest your chest on your thighs here for a moment. Hands on opposite elbows. No tension in your neck or shoulders. Release your hands. Bend your left knee and then inhale your right hand up to the sky. So your left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Right hand is reaching to the sky. One more breath. Slowly lower that right hand to the mat. Straighten the left knee, bend the right knee, and then inhale that left arm up to the sky. Forward fold with a twist. Sounds like a cocktail. And then slowly release that hand to the mat. Plant your hands and extend that right foot out behind you. Bring the knee to the mat and tuck your toes. Rise up. Walk that left foot out forward about another 3 inches, so that when you bring your hips forward, your knees directly above your ankle. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And exhale, cactus your arms, raise your gaze, small back bend. One more breath. Inhale your arms back up. Sit back on your heels, flexing that left toe, giving yourself a hamstring stretch on this left side. Breathing into the stretch as you exhale. Rise back up, switch your legs. Bring the right foot out in front of you. Walk the toes forward about another 3 inches or so that when you bring your hips forward, knees directly above the ankle. This time I want you to clasp your hands behind your lower back. Roll open your shoulders. Slowly raise your gaze to the sky. Keep that connection to the earth with your front foot, the top of your left foot. Slowly release that. Release your hands. Sit back on your heels, flexing the toes on the right foot for a hamstring stretch on the right. One more deep breath. Come back to rise up onto your knees again. And this time I want you to sit back on your heels and sweep your feet in front of you. We're going to do a love handle stretch. I love these. Straighten your right leg out. The sole of your left foot is on the inside thigh of your right leg. I want you to turn your whole body so it's facing that left knee. Inhale your left arm up to the sky. Tilt to the right. First stretch on that love handles on the left side. Palm is facing down. Deep, even, de-stressing breath. Rise back up, headed to the other side. Straighten the left leg. Bring the sole of the right leg in the inside thigh. Again, turn your whole body so it's facing that right knee. Inhale the right arm up to the sky and tilt to the left. Breathing into the right side. Coming back to our intention card. Rise back up. We're going to end class in a seated position. You can have your legs stacked directly in front, or you can have your cross your legs. You can have your hands here on your knees or up at your heart central. Yogi's choice, but close your eyes. Smile, muscles engaged. Just let the stress roll off your shoulders and down your back as you exhale. Coming to a happy place or thought or memory. Maybe it's the beach in Mexico. Or maybe you're just sitting in front of a nice, warm, toasty fire. Check back in here with your body. See how different it feels now as opposed to when you first stepped onto the mat. You are definitely getting the benefits of yoga, so you're definitely reaping what you're sowing here today. Let's all take the deepest breath we've taken today. Inhale and exhale. And open your eyes. May the happiness in me bow to the happiness in all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today in our yoga practice. If you like this flow, please like, subscribe, and share these videos. It helps enable me to continue to offer free more yoga. And also, come back to that intention card, reap what you sow. See if you can't make that a positive in your life.